Hey guys, the second thing I wanted to bring up was the Google extension known as Chrome extension known as EquatIO, and it looks like this right here, this little blue box. So I created a quiz. In every one of my quizzes I put a name first and a name last, so if I want to alphabetize them by either, when I go to Google Spreadsheet I can do that. Or if I want to alphabetize, or if I want to sort them by class period. I always put those three things in my quizzes. So I'm going to show you what I found here. So if I go ahead and add a question, and all math teachers will know the struggle of this, trying to figure out ways to create, like, especially with me teaching Math 7, we do a lot of fractions, equations, exponents, and things like that, which are kind of hard to insert into things. And this allows you to easily do that. So let's look at question 1, and I'm going to hit this button right here. And there are several different options down here. I like to use either the equation editor or the handwriting or the speech input. So let's do this one first. So this one kind of anticipates what you're trying to do. So if I put 2 and then hit backslash, it knows that I want to do a fraction. And then let's say plus 3 backslash 4, and then I can hit insert math. So then if I come down here for my answer options, you can also see that when you add answer options, that EquatIO box is on there as well. So if I wanted to, let's add, so if I want to add in, let's say 8/9 as one of my answer options. And then let's do one more. If I hit my EquatIO, and let's do 7/12. All you got to do is hit the backslash button, and it recognizes that you want to do a fraction. All right, so and if I make this a required question, and if I want to do an answer key, let's just say that for the sake of this is the answer. All right, then we'll go on to question number 2, and I'll show you let's go to the handwriting recognition. Let me get rid of that. Let's do 2, let's see if this works, to the second power plus 4 to the third power, and then insert math. And there it is. It recognizes it for you. And again, you can use that in the answer options if you want. And then let's go to one more here, number 3, and hit our EquatIO button. Let me get rid of this. And let's do 5, oh, let me hit record there, 5/6 plus 2/3. And then we'll hit insert. And it makes it pretty easy to create your questions. So if we're all done, once we've used our EquatIO, I come up here and we can get the quizzes ready. Hit save. All right. Now I can preview this. So you'll notice that since this is the only one with answer options on it, the students will also see this EquatIO editor where they can put in their answers when they click on that, and that will bring that up for them as well. especially good if you have like a short response type question or short paragraph, long paragraph. They can type those in there. The only thing that I found to be a little bit difficult with the EquatIO for the students is when they are typing in their answer using that. When I get that and I'm grading those individually on the form, you have to actually click on it because it comes up in weird, in like a code form. So when you click on it, it opens it up. So you have to open each one of those up, and it has a really small text font to look at. But that's really the only problem I've seen so far with that. If anybody has any suggestions on how to fix that, I would be all ears to that. So that is EquatIO. I use this. I'm going to use this even more with my students when I'm creating formative and summative assessments, quizzes, tests, exit tickets, and things like that. They can use that. I can use that to create them. They can use that to answer. Like I said, the results are pretty good with this, other than sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get to the student's answer when they use the EquatIO. And I will continue to use this on a weekly basis when I'm using my Google Forms.